Hey, welcome back. This is Tom at salesmadeeasy.com. And this is Sales Made Easy, but we're about to change that name. And the reason being is, I've been doing this for a long time and I've been working really hard at trying my best to help salespeople be successful. And it dawned on me the only ones that really become truly successful are the ones that graduate to the word advisor. Do you really want to be an advisor? Do you just want to sell something? We're probably not a fit. Probably shouldn't listen anymore what I have to say. But if you want to be an advisor, so let's talk about what that means. What is advisor? Well, it's something I've always wanted to be. I really never, if I think about it, wanted to be a salesperson. I wanted to advise people on making good choices. Whatever it was I was working on, I was thinking that people would call me and ask for my advice and I would be able to give it. And the problem is, I think when I was in a salesperson mode, I only had one path I could take you down. So was I really giving you good advice? If buy my product, period. But an advisor doesn't do that. An advisor looks at you, what you have, uses their knowledge to in an industry and or whatever and say, this is the next step you should have. So moving forward, I'm going to be putting out some products, some training tips and what have you for the professional advisor, no longer for the salesperson. Because to be quite honest, if you just want to be a salesperson, this isn't right. So let's talk about advisor. Let's go a little deeper. What is what do you have to be an advisor? And I look at it three ways. There's three things you need to have, right? The first thing you have to have is the mindset. What is your mindset? To be an advisor, it's not, I'm trying to sell you something. To be an advisor, it's, I don't need your business. And that doesn't come from an arrogant point of view. It doesn't come from a bad point of view or a mean point of view. It's, you know what? Love to help you, but I don't need to help you. If you don't want my help, let me get out of here. If you don't want my advice, I'm more than happy to leave. But part of that is creating the atmosphere that says, I'm going to give you real advice. I'm not trying to sell you something. And that only comes from an initial conversation. The other thing besides mindset you really need to have difference between I want to work with you, not I need to work with you. Because when you need something, you're not advising anymore. You're trying to convince people. You're trying to get people to do something towards your need. And so really changed my mind is I really only want to work with certain people. And I found through my life that there are some people that I worked with because I needed to work with. I needed the business. And it always turned out bad, no matter what I was selling. When I sold you because I needed it, it was a much shorter relationship. It was a much harder job to keep you or make you happy, and it didn't fit. So instead of selling from a point of need, I want to start advising from a point of who I want to work with. And so have you ID'd your perfect person you want to advise? Who is the perfect one for you? When you can ID that, who's a fit for what you want, not what you need, then you start looking for people like that you want to give advice to, and that they're looking for advisors of someone that's got the expertise in your field, whether you're a consultant, advisor, what is that? And then lastly, you got to have goals. If you don't have goals, if you don't have specific places you want to go, and I don't mean traveling, but where do you want to end up your life? If you don't have that, how can you give advice? How is it possible to give advice to someone and saying, look, I can give you advice and help you achieve what you want when you yourself don't have a place of whatever you want to achieve? So you first got to look at those three things. If you truly want to elevate yourself to becoming an advisor where people have no problem paying you whatever you want to give proper advice. So the three things are, once again, your mindset. What is your mindset? I don't need you, more than happy to help, but don't need to help. Have you identified the people you want to do business with? Not the ones that want to do business with you, the ones you want to do business with. No longer operating from a state of need. And then lastly, firstly, do you have strong business goals, personal goals for yourself? Whether you're an advisor, whether you're a consultant, whether you're a coach, do you have those things? If you have those three things, then you're on your path. If one of them is missing, then start working on that and become the professional advisor that you want to be. And start listening to some of the stuff. Sign up for some of these free courses I'm giving. Hit the link below and we'll get you set up so you receive these or any of my sales tips that I like giving out to advisors. Till next time, we will see you. Have a great week, 4th of July week.